Punk. It's great to see you here. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? I hope my audio is working okay, because I'm kind of just messing around with settings right now. I'm trying a new secondary website, so we'll see how it's doing. I'm still trying to figure out the best way of handling it. So I'm on YouTube and one other platform now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it or not. We'll see. It could be the sound of the music. I'm adjusting my microphone. If you're hearing very subtle scratching on top of the sounds of the music, though, it may be my pen. Let me know if you catch any voices that aren't mine that aren't clearly singing as well, because there's been some reports of the copyright-free music on YouTube having some issues where people are hiding like sounds in it because they figure people are just going to sleep with it. It's not anything creepy. It's just like I like to keep track of it in case there's copyright issues later down the line. Right now, I'm just doing some cleanup on these sketches of Audrey that I posted last week before I get to doing the giant background I was working on. They've been bugging me a little bit, and because I'm getting close to time to animate her, I want to make sure that I'm kind of getting the shapes that I want out of her. I still haven't had the chance to get around to it. It's on my bucket list, but right now, I just haven't had the time. It's been a very, very busy week. I'll eventually get around to it and check it out eventually. But for right now, I'm just kind of vibing. It's probably going to be something I'll watch towards the end of the year. I just can't seem to get these folds the way I want them. I don't want them realistic, but I also don't want them, like, super flat. You'd think after, like, legitimately 4 years of anatomy classes that I would be, like, better at this, but I'm only like half decent when it comes to her structure in specific. And now I just gotta kind of get the abdomen separated. Because I gotta add the clothing next. I might give her a different outfit than normal. I was thinking about trying out Kick instead of Twitch, but I'm not sure yet. I'm streaming on there right now, but I don't seem to be getting any attention, so I'm not sure if I need to be doing a different method. So people who are on or watching this, I guess, over on Kick, do you guys have a, like, method you use to try to figure out who's who and who you want to watch? This is kind of lopsided. I literally have maybe one viewer right now. I just want to test out different platforms to see what works best. I didn't realize my mic was off there. No, see, it's gonna probably operate like YouTube, but I think those big deals that people are getting right now are gonna probably die off really quickly. I have a feeling that we're gonna see a situation where there's a lot of people who are going to Twitch because or going to Kick because they're getting all of the really nice larger deals, only to find out like a year or two from now that you're just gonna get regular wage. But their content guidelines and their rules for how they actually give people money for their content works pretty close to what YouTube's is. And YouTube is still constantly adding people to their roster. No, I think it'll actually work out for the better. I'm moving there so I have more relaxed guidelines. You know, most of my money that I make comes off of like doing commissions while I'm on streams, so it's not as big of a thing for me. I just want a place where I'm more relaxed and I don't have to worry about the content guidelines as much. Not saying I won't, because I'll still use copyright-free music, but it'd be nice to not have to worry about some of the things that I've been warned about over on Twitch. Because the stuff on Twitch seems to be really stupid in my opinion. She's looking pretty okay for a front view there. I'm not quite sure that I'm like super in love with it yet, but it's getting there. I'm just gonna try Kick Out for a few weeks, see how it works. I might move to Truvo or see if I can actually get Instagram Live set up, because I'm not in it for the money, but they're working on it. Remember, they just had a CEO change over the last 5 months. So I'm willing to give YouTube the benefit of the doubt and say that in a year or two things are going to probably smooth themselves out. I have a feeling that there were... it's a lot bigger than people realize. There's... they're owned by Google first off, and Google owns 8 other companies on top of YouTube. But the person who's managing YouTube right now, I think, is just getting into the groove of it. So I have a feeling that if we give it a year, they'll be able to see what they kind of want to do, because they're putting all of their attention in the Shorts program right now, which is valid. People are making okay money with the Shorts, but it's still an experimental time, and they're trying to figure out, is the money in the basket worth it for streaming, or is it better for the Shorts? Personally, I think they could balance both out and it would be fine, but they need a little bit of better content guidelines for what they're kind of monetizing with. I think that, someone like me, I'm not making money on YouTube unless it's a commission and people donate money to me. But the bigger people, I don't know how their guidelines are, and I feel like the strike system should be modified for people who do blogging and live streams. It should be like a smaller, more varied variant, if that makes sense. Because I think people who are doing live streams should have a little bit more freedom in what kind of strikes are occurring. But we'll see. YouTube has only been around for like a decade and a half. And as such, it's still got growing and learning to do. There are other platforms that really need to step up their game because they're trying to learn from older methods and not really getting why they don't work. And I think YouTube isn't quite in that situation anymore. I think it's more just in a situation of figuring out what it needs to be. Okay, let's rotate this. Ooh, yep, that is pretty nasty. Okay. I gotta fix this. That is yucky. Very ugh. So I need to fix this up here mainly. you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt, because while there are things that are broken about both websites, they're not being, like, what's the word? I feel that YouTube and potentially Kick are better suited for what they're doing and understand the needs of their community better than, say, Twitch does. Now, I would love to hear from more people in the VTuber space on what their thoughts are. The people who are actually part of, agencies for VTubing. I'd love to know their thoughts, and if they're allowed to talk about how that works, because it'd be interesting to hear one corporation's view versus another's on their management, and that could benefit everybody, I feel like. I can't believe how broken this is. So she is a triangle shape right now, and I'm trying to make sure that the upper body is more visible. So I think I'm going to pull the spine back more. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be functional. The point of me doing these studies is to make sure that when I animate her, she actually looks okay. Oh, welcome to the stream, person on Kick. It's good to have you here. I'm open to suggestions because I'm new here. The one thing I don't want to ever do is have an exclusive deal. I don't know if that'll become the case, but I hear mixed messages about that a lot. Okay, let's flip. That's better. I'm gonna start doing outfit searches in a minute. She has a default outfit, but I think I want to try something different with her. Yep, I'll be probably on break around 12:30, so feel free to swing by and just check in. If the counter is going, then I'm on break. Hey! How are you doing, man? Sorry that I blanked out there. It's not an action pose per se, but I am studying Audrey and trying to get her just right. Yeah, my problem right now is less that there's a shape change issue and more me trying to figure out where I want to place the fat roll. Right now she's leaned over and I'm just building the basic shapes because I'd love to make her look kind of like very, the word isn't grotesque, but when you're designing stuff for animation, you want the intent of what you're trying to portray to kind of be visible. And she's very much, hold on, I'll pull up the design. She's inspired by some of the basic shapes that were used for the Sleeping Beauty character models and the models that were used for the Queen of Hearts in the original Disney film. I'll see if I can find it. Let me just go like this. So like, this isn't the right one, but I want to try to push these shapes a little bit. And the thing with her design is I can play around with it. Oh no, it crashed! No! Every time. Okay, anyway. Well, I'm rebooting this. The idea is that I want to kind of have it function the same way it does in the Wizard of Oz, in the original Queen of Hearts design. Which means I'm not really focused on creating excess fat per se. I'm more focused on making it kind of move like a water balloon and experimenting with that in accordance. Can you hear me okay, by the way? We're on our way to getting ready to finish animating the new trailer. I had to replace Jade's voice actress, so I've been kind of just redoing lip sync and stuff. So I figured, you know, I'll just continue to study her shapes because you can see over here, she's quite exaggerated in her shapes. She's essentially a bean shape, and when you create bean shaped characters, you want things to be pushed to a certain extent that allows them to both look kind of bulbous but also like not too much. So I can tell here that her design probably is more hip heavy for the version that was used in the Queen of Hearts. So that's what I'm trying to focus on right now, is kind of building those shapes based on the very rough poses that I have. She is wearing a corset, so I have to kind of keep that in mind as well. The biggest thing is making sure that I don't overthink where the pelvis is sitting, because if I start overthinking where the pelvis is, I'm going to end up just completely wrecking the design. So once I check these base shapes, I'll kind of show you what I do to start actually adding weight and stuff to it, because these thumbnails you're seeing are just me trying to study the basic pose and movement. We have people watching me on Kick. I'm impressed. I didn't do any tags or anything. How many of you are here? 2 people. Thank you. I don't know how you guys are standing it, because it's like very blurry over there. Is the art at least semi-clear outside of the fact that it's very sketchy on the YouTube side of things? Because it's like, it looks like it came out of a 2003 Motorola camera over on Kick. Why don't you let me do a transform path? Is there a... Yep, there is a thing there. Fun fact, this little circle down here is from my pen tool. It makes these little dots, and if those little dots are active on my Photoshop file, then I can't flip my canvas around. So I'm just gonna... I should be able to now. There we go. You can see how broken she looks at the moment. The torso is fine, but you can see that I need to make some adjustments for the head here. We want to make sure we're exaggerating. So now we start adding things like the hip in. I really wish I could find the full model sheet for the Queen of Hearts, but I haven't been able to yet. Part of me wonders if they didn't actually fully create one, or if it got lost. Because it's possible. There was a time when animation didn't really bother to preserve anything. In fact, most of the film industry didn't. So anything we have from a certain time period is from individuals who worked on it, who decided to save the footage or save process work. Perfect. Yeah, it needs to be exaggerated, even if I am planning on giving her more realistic movements. It's not about how realistic they are, but about making sure they feel like her. So I'm trying to keep in mind that I have a design here for her already, but even though I have that design, I've only drawn it in the context of the short pilot that I've created. So I want to try to find that balance between what I think looks good for her movements and stuff. Sorry, I'm stuttering so much. I've only had 1 cup of coffee today, but I think I put too much caffeine in it. That being said, I saw your email, and I gotta say, you're really getting the hang of how mood boards work. I had them for all of my characters as well. In fact, I go a lot of times as far as creating music playlists for them. Every character I have has some kind of music playlist because it helps me subconsciously create a sort of storyline for them or a personality when all I have is a design. Ooh, I like that. I like this a lot. I think I want to push... Now her upper half, her rib cage, is actually longer than her hips. So I'm just trying to make sure that I have that balance. But yeah, you were doing pretty good with your mood boards so far. How are you finding it as far as your enjoyment of using it as a new method for learning? Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, why don't you combine the two then? You know, character sketches count as part of mood boards, right? I'll see if I can find the one I used to have for, like, the early concepts for this stuff. If you want to see it. Not for her, because she's never really had a proper mood board. She has design elements, but not a mood board. But I could see if I could dig them out. It's okay to, like, rough in the characters to help you develop a mood board. Because all a mood board is getting a feel for what the characters are and who you want the world to... how you want the world to interact with them, you know? Unless it's something that your writing guide told you not to do. because I don't know what the difference is between, again, script writing versus writing for a novel. I only ever had one writing guide for like novel stuff because it was given to me by a parent. And I'll see if I can find it. Maybe you'll get the rare moment of me having my thing on. If I can find it, I might have done it. I don't know if this name rings any bells. I'll type it in. I'll type it in here for you. Does this name, because I know nothing about the fiction world. Phyllis A. Whitney wrote a book called Guide to Fiction Writing. And this is the only book. This is the only book I don't know anything about how to write for fiction or any books. I just know how to write for scripts. And even that, I'm just barely good at because I took a course in it. And it's a whole other world. This is the only book I've ever had for fiction writing, and I don't know if it's any good. So everything I say is with a grain of salt. But if there truly are no limits to what you were allowed to do, then I say go for it. Sketch them out, because it's the only way you're going to be able to feel out whether those mood boards actually fit them or not. Just add it to the corner of the page. Okay. We're pushing her rib cage back so that I can add to her hip line here. Now I want to make sure that as I'm drawing this, I don't overthink it. Because even though these are going to be really clean sketches by the end, I want to make sure that when I actually go to animate her, I'm not overthinking it. Now we do a flip. Watch how broken it looks when I flip it. Actually, it doesn't look broken. I'm impressed. Look at me. I actually did good with my training. Sometimes it amazes me that I actually have subpar drawing skills. Oh, we have a third person here. Who's the third person that's here? Welcome. Which side are you on? I can't tell. Let me look. Are you on the Kick side of things? Or are you on the YouTube side of things? Okay, so you're not from the Kick side. Welcome. Welcome, mysterious third person. Now we can start adding in her chest. Don't worry about it, if friend who is lurking. But, you know, we're just chatting, so feel free to chat if you want. Unless you're on a mobile device, and then I know sometimes those glitch out a little bit. But my name is Sketchframe Studio. I'm a character designer, storyboard artist, and animator. and I am working on one of the characters from my my soon-to-be web series. We're getting ready to launch the trailer for it soon, which is a fraction of the pitch pilot. Alright, let's do another flip, see if it still works. Not bad. The head could be kind of pushed up a little bit more, like that, just to kind of help with exaggeration. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull her over to the actual standing pose to measure things out, make sure she's in proportion. Now that I'm happy with the pose. So what we do is we line her pelvis area up with the rest of it so that we can see what needs to be fixed. And it looks like we just have to fix the size of the head a little bit. Well, I guess there we go. Now what's everyone been up to this week? I might have to relaunch the program, it's being weird. How's my audio doing, by the way? Now we measure the thighs. What game have you been playing? I'm gonna relaunch this in a minute because I can't see my brush size. I can see its percent up in the corner, but I like being able to see the physical. I'm not turning off the stream, you're just gonna see me turn off my You're gonna see me just relaunch Photoshop. Oh, we lost 2 people. I feel heartbroken. Okay, I'm just relaunching Photoshop. For me to search for the outfit pieces. I have an idea of what I want, but I'm going to start there. So I believe she's all in proportion now. Why is my tool not visible? Give me a sec. It's driving me crazy. General. Workspace. Cursor. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. It's driving me crazy, though. I'm gonna have to live with it. I like being able to see how small it is, as I just can't. What is going on? Does it need an update or something? Okay, I guess we'll see if this works. It's driving me a bit crazy, but I'll live with it. Alright. See, I can't see how big it is. And it's driving me crazy because it means I can't be as precise as I want to be. Oh. Maybe I have to relaunch it again. Anything need to be updated? Doesn't look like it. I have a feeling it's just a glitch. They've been doing some updates to the program. How did you like Tears of the Kingdom? I've heard mixed stuff about it, but I don't know nearly enough. Why aren't you... I don't know nearly enough about it. Bear with me, I'm trying to figure out why my brush tip is not working. In theory, this should have fixed it, but we'll see. Is it a scratch just space? Could be. If it crashes, I apologize. I'll try to fix this. That goes where? Wasn't it up? Bear with me, this is driving me crazy. Oh, don't mind me yawning. I promise it's not intentional. Like I said, I only had 1 cup of coffee today. Just gonna see if my computer needs an update or something. Something's causing it to bug out. Because it usually doesn't behave like this. Everything looks like it's plugged in. see here. Nothing there. It looks like it's normal. So it's just being stupid, okay. I guess if that's what it wants to do. I'm not gonna get mad, but I'm annoyed. Is this bugging you guys too, or is it just a me thing that I'm annoyed by the fact I can't see my cursor size? I can get an estimate, but it's not quite what I need for what I do. There's gotta be a way to fix it, but I'm just not sure what it is. Okay, I'm gonna just estimate things, but it's gonna drive me crazy. I was in the middle of designing boots. I'll have to figure this out. It's driving me crazy, guys. Let's see. Everything's up to date. Yeah, I'm getting slightly frustrated by my software. I'm really annoyed by the brushes. Can you hear me any better? This is frustrating me, but I'm gonna live with it because I can't figure out how to fix it right now. We're gonna go on break in about 6 minutes anyway, so I'll try to fix it while we're on break. Oh man. Are you seeing any of the brush? I'll have to look into the game because I've been thinking about getting into gaming again, but I haven't been able to. It's always a bit of, kind of, what's the word? I have a bit of a tightrope walking problem when it comes to video games as far as my health goes. So, I try to avoid games that are super, like, in your face with their, like, light choices. But I have wanted to start a new game. So, it sounds fun. Everything is on proportion at least. It's this little crosshair that's the issue. It should be appearing like a little circle that adjusts to the size of my brush so I can figure out what the coverage is. But it's not appearing, and all I have is this crosshair instead. I've tried fixing it, but it makes me think I might have to reset my program. History, content, and credentials. This is a beta setting. I don't need the history log. File handling. Because that's what it should look like, this little thing in the corner. Yeah. I'm gonna do something to see if it'll fix it. This is gonna be a stupid choice on my part, but I'm gonna try. I don't want to pay for that stuff. I am going to uninstall and reinstall Photoshop here to see if it helps. Which version is this? Yeah, I'm thinking of uninstall and reinstall the program. I should fix it. I have a feeling that it's like a subjective issue. It could be, but this isn't an uncommon problem for Photoshop. So we'll see if this works first, and if it doesn't, then I will take a break and restart the stream after. But we just got to see if this will work first. I should, while I'm waiting, check my storage. Storage seems fine. Let's just see if I can optimize these drivers. we'll just fix the hip here. Nope, there was no progress. I had a couple people in and out, but people weren't really interested. Didn't really get any audience interaction, and for me, above all else, I want to be able to actually know my audience is interacting with me, and that I'm actually interested and I'm not just talking to a void. So I'll try it for a few more weeks, but if I don't get anything by mid-October, I'll probably try another platform. YouTube seems tried and true for that. So, at least while I'm on YouTube, I know I get audience interaction. With Twitch, it's kind of hit or miss, which is basically why I left Twitch. Because I don't have an interesting enough platform for people to actually want to engage with me over on that site. I think in part because it leans more towards, like, people who do gaming, I think. Turned off that stream. I'll try again next week. Start re-adding her outfit here because I think I'm pretty content. Just do one more flippity flop to see if it works. Yeah. making pretty good progress over here on this toy. I'm starting to add details to her outfit, as you can see. I'm doing something different than her normal attire, just to mix it up a little bit. This is coming up quite good, actually. How is my audio compared to the music? Is it too loud again? Well, the hardest thing about her is because her feet are so small compared to the rest of her body, I have to constantly keep in mind where her ankle is versus the rest of her. Man, I feel like I need more coffee already. I'm back. I'll white out the pair once I'm happy with the shapes. I'm probably gonna log off at 140, or not 140, 240, just because I've got a surprise doggo here. Right now, I just want to try to fix these shapes a little bit more. I'm trying to keep them a bit more proportionate. Just fixing stuff up. How's everybody doing? Well, it's about 1:49 here in the afternoon, so I apologize for keeping you up late. I think I'm just gonna rotate this a bit more, create a bit more interest in that shape. It's a much stronger pose, I think. I'm still streaming, so I don't know. Yeah, it might be a YouTube glitch. I lost my navigator. There it is. Yeah. I don't know why that was bugging out. Maybe I have to check my YouTube settings later. I don't think my platform is appropriate to have that discussed here, because I know it'll trigger a YouTube copy strike. You're welcome to DM it to me, though. I think it's gonna trigger YouTube censors, but you can try if you want. If I don't see it though, that would be why. Because he's extremely controversial, and I don't know what YouTube's community guidelines are right now about what we can and can't say about ongoing court cases. Or even just jokes about the people involved, because I've heard some people have had like bullying strikes on them, and I don't know enough about YouTube yet to know if that would be something that would happen. I am currently drawing Hugh up in the corner because I want to create a full scene out of this. So let's just... It's not quite right yet. I have a design sheet in front of me though. want to make sure that he has the correct muscle tone to his sheet. So we're just gonna rough it out, and then I'll try to build the shapes a bit better. I'll check after. I'll look after. I don't wanna accidentally pull that up on my channel right now, but I'll look later. Because I have all of my comments set to review. So to get to that, I would have to go into my YouTube creator area. So I will look after. Gotta figure out where my sketch for my boy is here. It's in this file somewhere. I don't know what that one's for. isn't turning out too bad so far. Yeah, I'll look at it later. See if I can get this looking nice. is turning out pretty good. Ooh, gross. That's pretty bad. It's gross. You gotta fix it. Yeah, that's much better. I was worried that I had kind of pushed it too far. But no, we're doing okay. I just have to fix the posture.